the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop. And as you can see, it's time to go back to the theater. And ladies and gentlemen, one of the films that came out this past weekend was one that looked kind of, I'm not really sure by the preview. This could go one way or another. Well, for the critics, it went one way, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, my review of the 2019 crime drama, The Kitchen, coming up now. Set in 1978 Hell's Kitchen, when their husbands, members of the Irish mob, are arrested, three wives decide to continue running the rackets. After a number of antics ensue, they become the head of the mob, but have they gotten in too deep? So what did I think of The Kitchen? I thought it's an awful crime drama. It's based on the Vertigo comic book miniseries, which I had never heard of. While it's director Andrea Berloff's debut, the film is a big-time mess, from editing, the whole plot, and even camera work. Sometimes it's hard to classify the tone of the movie is going for, as it wants to play everything straight, but then something so over the top will happen that seems like it's trying to be dark humor, but cause me to laugh at the things unintentionally. The film does take advantage of its R rating, as there's a surprising amount of blood and gore. The pacing feels very rushed throughout the runtime, and the rise of these characters is very quick, as there's a number of cheesy montages that sees the months fly by at a time. The trio take over pretty easily, and unfortunately we don't get to see them actually really do a whole lot during their rise. They basically just threaten old men at a deli, strike up deals with other mobsters, and strut down sidewalk after sidewalk to what sounds like a greatest hits of the 70s CD from Time Life. The film brings us a ton of predictable elements from many other, much superior mob movies, and gives us some terrible, corny plot twists that made me facepalm and howl at the screen. The ending of the movie also felt very rushed and abrupt. While some of the characters get more screen time and more things to do than others, we really don't know much or learn anything more along the way about them, as they all just have one or two traits. I also found it hard to root for almost anyone here, as these people all do some pretty awful things. The film uses actresses known more for comedy roles, taking a more serious turn, but their performances here mostly just come off as uninspired and bored. Melissa McCarthy stars as Kathy Brennan, the devoted mother who is at first opposed to entering the life of crime. Tiffany Haddish as Ruby O'Carroll, the wife who's looked as an outsider because of her race and is looked down on by her husband's family. Elizabeth Moss as Claire Walsh, the kindest of the three, who starts to stand up for herself more as she enters this new life, and Domhnall Gleeson as Gabriel O'Malley, the Vietnam vet who worked for the mob as a hitman and has fallen for Claire. The Kitchen is a film that ends up all over the place, has a very dull feel throughout, and is worse than watching a bad episode of Mob Wives. The Kitchen, you know what rating you're gonna get? I only got 2 words for you. Suck it! Alright, well, that's the show. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/Westside515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WesAlist. Until next time, Troop out.